morning, everybody. It's Greg, and it is morning. It is like 7:30 or 7:45, something like that. Just doing an update. Didn't have batteries for the camera yesterday, or otherwise I would have put this up then. I've been doing some rearranging of the room. This is my glass cats with the neons and coolies, and there's two bristlenoses in there too, but I've moved them from where they are. They are now sitting on the stand that tank was sitting on, so they are not over in this corner anymore. I moved the Leportina Poma here. I'm moving him out of that tank here soon. There is a heater in there, and there's insulation between him and the window, since we're having colder nights. Plus I do keep the room is sitting about 78 right now. I've been pulling the betas out of here to just quick overview. This is where that tank was, but then I've moved the dresser there with that stuff on it. That's there. The big stand that I got at the auction is underneath. That's a drawing table thing. It sits on there fine, but the support thing goes across right there. I just felt more comfortable having something, plus it gives me a little bit of a lip to work with to do stuff on. Now I got 310 sitting down over here. Probably only update it's going to have for the river tank for a long time. I shut it down because it was too much flow for the little tank, and the water was hitting one side of the tank and swirling down more than it was going around the corner. So I'm going to do it again on a bigger tank at some point. I still like the idea and want to have a river flow tank, and I think it'd be cool, just the fact that it's what a lot of fish are living in naturally. So I moved the 310s over to here. That one's the shrimp tank. That was the river flow tank. That one had the plecos in it and the 2 or 3 guppies, something like that. I think it was down to 2. I don't know where the other ones went. Alright, the plecos, I moved 4 of them in this tank. All 3 albinos and the largest of the dark normal ones. Within 3 days, the smallest of the albino died, and it was half the size of the other ones. It hadn't grown at all really since I had it. And then just yesterday, I don't know why, after about a week and a half in the tank, one of the other larger albinos died. When I found it, I found it must have been like right after, because it was still movable, and I'd seen it moving just a little bit earlier when I left to go to the pet store to get some new acquisitions, which are in this tank, which I'll show in a second. But I don't know why it died. I put enough food in there for all of them. I make sure that I got enough stuff on the bottom, and I put it in separate places so that the cories go and they get theirs, and each one of the bristlenoses would get their own. But I changed the light on the top too, so it's not just a plant light, now it's a daylight bulb, so we can actually really see in here. I trimmed down the lily a lot. Looks like my snails are tearing up that. I'm gonna have to probably pull some of that out, which is another thing I'll be talking about here in a second. So I really don't know why that bristlenose died, especially when I got it in here and there was a bunch more room. Here's the largest dark bristlenose. I'm not sure where the albino is at the moment. I don't see it, but there's a lot of places it can be hiding. So the 2 other dark bristlenoses I put into the 10-gallon that's over here. The location of these 2 tanks didn't change at all, just added some new things to them. I took out the white clouds that were in, put them in with all the other white clouds. So I got 2 bristlenoses in here, and they are doing good. And I did that the same day as I moved the other ones. And then yesterday, I was thinking I have quite a bit of snails. I've been keep on wanting to get the pea puffers, and I went to the pet store yesterday to either get pea puffers or I was going to get assassin snails, and they had pea puffers. So right now this tank has pea puffers in it, 5 of them. They're still really small. That's the only reason I have them all in here at once. When I got them, I even had them put them in separate bags, planning on putting them in different tanks. And I was about, I don't know, half a mile from home. I was sitting there thinking about where I was going to put them. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to put them in my shrimp tank. I do got too many snails in there. I want to get rid of them, but I don't want to lose any of the baby shrimp I have going. I'm having a hard time keeping the shrimp going. I think it's because I have too many snails. When I put food in, they just swarm them. But you can see I do have shrimp in there, just not near as many as I used to. So I'd like to get, I was going to put them in there, but I don't want to lose the cherries. I was going to put them into this tank, but whenever I've gotten put some cherry shrimp in here, they've died off. Except now I see a cherry shrimp that managed to make it over somehow. Probably when I threw off one of these Java moss clumps. I just reached in and pulled some over so that I get some eggs in here. I want to get this tank cycled enough to be able to put, I want to be able to have, I got 5. I'm hoping I have like 2 males and 3 females, but if I end up with 3 or more males, I'm hoping I at least have 1 female and at least 1 male so I can try to do some breeding with them. If I end up having more, the gap right there, this 25-gallon tank right here fits perfectly right there. I just pulled it out so that I can start fill it up with water test it, and I can get my Lepertina Poma out of there and put him right there, and then I'll have that 10-gallon, this 10-gallon. When I get all the betas out of here, I'm debating whether or not to change the substrate, take out the undergravel filter, and put some sort of plant friendly bottom in there, not dirt, something else. What are the packaged things you get at the stores? I was thinking of trying it and letting the white clouds go in there, and then if I do that, I'll most likely pull these 2 out of there and I'll throw them in there, and then I'll have that other 10-gallon. I'll have 4 10-gallons ready to go for fish if I need to, or if I really need to, I can throw them in with another tank. This tank is swarming with snails, and as long as there's snails in the tank, they, from what I understand, leave the other fish alone. So, let's see if we can get some. Where are they at? I can keep capturing with my eyes, but this tank doesn't have a lot of live plants in it yet. Well, it has a decent amount of live plants. I have 2 big fake plants over there, or in there. I truthfully thought I was getting assassin snails when I went to the pet store. I didn't think they'd have the puffers. I've been going back for weeks and weeks looking. When I finally gave up, they finally found some nice ones and brought them back. And I've got 5. They have a bunch more up there too. So I'm hoping I got at least got a pair. And I'm gonna start separating them here as soon as I get these other tanks ready for them. As long as these guys are small, if they start chasing too much, I got a piece of glass I can throw in there as a divider, so that I don't have to worry about them hammering each other too much. But I can tell you right now, there are a lot fewer snails in there than there were the other day. And there's a lot of little shells sitting on the bottom now. Pretty cool. I saw one of them hunting this. I wish I had had the camera. But that's my update. Just been moving things around, pulling the betas out. Oh, those are the 6 I just pulled out the other day. But I've got all these guys now. All these ones are, everything on this here is females, except for one right there that I'm positive is a male. There might be 1 or 2 other males in there that basically I'm just going really off a bubble nest off of. I'm not trying to look. If they're blowing a bubble nest, I'm going to call them a male. So I got 1 there, but then I got to move him in, and then I got this rack here with betas all in it, and this is all my males right there. So I got to move him over there. I got my one-eyed ones down over there on the end. I have my favorite in the black half gallon in front of there, and then the blue one that I had in the container in front of there. My Veltail, my old male, my female, and my these two are the ones that I bred to get most of these. So basically everything right there won't get sold, or it's not sold, but gotten rid of. And I'm planning on doing something about getting rid of these fish. Taking them to the pet store and getting the credit has been very cool, but I would like to get these all gone so this winter I can start working on this 80 gallon. I'd like to get that up and running, even if I just end up doing something like only filling it halfway and doing I don't know, something, I don't know. Too far away to actually say what I would think. I'd like to turn it into a river tank. I think it'd be cool as a saltwater tank. I think it'd be cool as an Amazon tank with angels in it. I'd like to have discus. I'd like to have my Leportina poma in there and just have a really sick African tank with upside down catfish and some stuff like that. But what it'll actually turn into, well, who knows? We'll see. But that's what I've been up to. Got me some pea puffers, which are really cool little fish. Oh, yes. Sit back down. There's 4 of them right there. I've been noticing that they swim around and hang out together. I got a couple, 2 of them are, you can see one of those was bigger than the others. I have one that's just about that size as well. Well, another one that's just about that size as well. So I think those are going to be the 2 dominant males. I think one of the others was a male too, but I'm not sure. The other ones are smaller and lighter coloring, and that's usually the differences in them. So we'll see. I think it's cool that I got a shrimp living in here now. Maybe more than one. There's one jumping around down here on the bottom. And that was exactly where the other one was too. So I don't know. Maybe I got one in here. Maybe I got more. Either way, if they start living in there, that would be cool too, because I have been wanting to get more cherry shrimp going. I don't know what's going on with this tank, but they haven't been taking off as well as I'd like. I got all those from the auction, and they kind of just have petered out, unfortunately. And I think I saw what it was. I think there are too many snails. When I was feeding the other day, there was a cherry shrimp actually pulling a snail off of the food and rolled it back a little bit and went back to the food. It was pretty interesting to watch. Really wish I'd had the camera for it. But I'm gonna call this my update, and we'll end watching these 4 swim around. Sorry, my hand shakes so much. See ya.